everyone. I'm Trinity Chavez. Welcome to NYC TV Live. We are broadcasting from my hometown of Las Vegas, Nevada, here at the MGM, celebrating Chipotle AMC All Manager Conference here taking place again at the MGM. The Chipotle team hosts one every 2 years, and it's all general managers. Over 3,400 of them are attending this conference. About 4,000 people are going to be in attendance celebrating Chipotle, all of their milestone accomplishments that we're going to be highlighting here with this show today, giving you a play-by-play of everything that's going to be taking place here on the ground with the Chipotle team, the executive staff, and then just so much more. We have all of that and more to get to. Again, there's 116,000 employees across the U.S., Canada, Western Europe, UK, and France. About 4,000 people are here today. In this room alone, it's going to fill about 1,000 people. We're going to capture it all for you who are watching near and far from all around the world. Again, over 4,000 people here from managers, restaurant support staff, and field leaders here celebrating all of the milestone accomplishments for Chipotle. We're going to be speaking with Brian, who is the CEO of Chipotle, talking about all of his achievements, him and his team, what we have to look forward to, the trajectory of 2024 and the years to come. Again, MGM Grand Garden Arena is the main center for the welcome reception and in celebration of its accomplishments. We have learning labs across this whole venue, from training sessions for managers to go through, as well as scheduling and forecasting and culinary general adobo awards that are going to be highlighted here, and that's the best throughput, which so many people are going to be nominated for. We're going to be talking about all of that a little bit later on in the show. Again, highlighting all of the milestone accomplishments that Chipotle has done all over the world across the 116,000 employees. And we're going to see Brian, again, the CEO of Chipotle, closing out the U.S. equity markets, ringing this bell. And actually, I was joking with him earlier that this looks like a big burrito bowl. And we've had many different bells rung throughout the years. As a matter of fact, over 37,000 bells have been rung, usually in the confines of the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, and only very few have been remote bells like this one. So it is a very exciting moment that we're going to give you the play-by-play of everything unfolding here on the ground in my hometown of Las Vegas. We're going to toss it to a quick video, but we'll be right back. All right, I am joined now with Chris Taylor. He is the Global Head of Advisory at the New York Stock Exchange and an integral part of everything that has taken place today. Let's talk about exactly what it took to lead up to this moment, Chris.
Well, it was an idea hatched by Brian with a meeting with my colleague, John Tuttle, in the offices of Chipotle's headquarters. And I think Brian likes to emphasize, and his team emphasizes, the importance not only of the great food at Chipotle, but the people at Chipotle. They really make Chipotle what it is today, and there's no better place to celebrate the people of Chipotle than at today's All Manager Conference.
Over 116 37,000 employees from around the world. There's about 37, I think, locations here in Las Vegas alone, and it's really about community. Talk to me more about that and how Chipotle being here, listed with us at the NYSE, how they're an integral part of our community.
Well, we have 2,400 companies that make up the NYC community. They're from 47 countries around the world. There are very few of those companies that have customers around the world that experience their product every single day by themselves, with their family. So everyone knows Chipotle. We all do. We all love it. So doing something like this with an iconic brand like Chipotle, bringing the bell or maybe even a gong back, which we used to ring in the
1800s,
late 19th century and early 20th century, is a really nice symmetry with the New York Stock Exchange as well.
Let's talk about, the unique experience, right, that we give our listed companies, including Chipotle. I mentioned that we have rung something like over 37,000 bells, right? Only a handful have been remote bells, but talk to me about other unique experiences that we provide to our NYSE community.
Well, the New York Stock Exchange come May 17th will be 232 years old. It's an amazing institution. We always talk about the history of the exchange, but without our listed companies, there'd be no New York Stock Exchange. So everything we do in the building, outside the building, has a focus on bringing value to our listed companies. We love having our companies in the building to meet with their investors so they could tell their story, their strategy to the broader investment community. We love having boards convene at the New York Stock Exchange as well. And the Chipotle story is all about the people, it's all about the food, but dare I say, the stock price looks pretty good too, and the chart looks pretty good too.
We are all about that, especially when we see green on the screen on the floor of the NYSE. We love that. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for joining me, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit.
Thanks, Renee. Have a blast, everyone. This is really special. It's great to see everyone. Thank you.
I mean, if you could just be here on the ground, the place is really filling up. Again, around 1,000 people are going to be within the confines of these walls. We're going to be capturing it all. But first, we're going to take a quick look from a Chipotle video. We'll be right back.
So how would you describe the chicken to someone who had never tasted it?
Literally melt in your mouth tender. We don't have a freezer, It's almost like a farmer's market. When you walk into the restaurant, you should hear the sizzle that you're hearing right now. Just sends all those waves up to your mouth.
You're making me hungry.
Chipotle's braised beef barbacoa might be our best kept secret. Slow cooked, responsibly raised beef, seasoned with garlic and cumin. Hand shredded for fall off the fork tenderness. Chipotle's braised beef barbacoa. If you know, you know.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah. The avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious. So tell me, what does open kitchen mean to you?
Absolutely. When it's delicious food and they come in, they see our food steaming on the lines. They see our chicken glistening, our fajitas sizzling. It's magic happening every time they come into our kitchen.
This is real.
All right, I am joined by two of very important people right here. Actually, why don't you tell our audience exactly what you do for Chipotle? Christina, we'll start with you.
Hi, so my name is Christina West. I'm a certified training manager for Chipotle. I run my location. I help mentor some other locations around me. And I'm also in the commercials, which is really exciting.
Amazing. That's so cool.
And my name is Stephanie Gonzalez. I'm one of the few leaders for Pacific LA South. I've been with Chipotle for 13 years. And I'm in some of the training videos as well, so.
Amazing. So let's talk about today. I mean, how significant is it to be a part of the show, to be a part of the success of Chipotle and the success story? Christina?
It's absolutely amazing. It's a complete honor to be here. It really showcases Chipotle's economic success and like the ability of Chipotle to just have such a strong economic model.
And Stephanie, you mentioned that you've been with Chipotle for 13 years.
Yes.
I mean, that you must love the company that you work for. Talk about the trajectory and how you've seen it evolve in the past decade.
It's been really good, starting with food safety, and now with people development. That's a huge thing why I've stayed at the company, our people. If we don't have them, then we can't do anything here,
Yes. And Stephanie, I want to know, from a leadership standpoint, right? You're a leader. What have been some of the biggest challenges that you have faced being with this company for over a decade, and how did you overcome them?
It's just, I would say, people. It's very easy, but it could also be very challenging. We have different individuals. We want to make sure we lead them, all of them, how they're supposed to, how they're going to understand things. So it's really understanding them, how they're going to grow, and that's going to help us grow as well because we work with a lot of people. So.
Well, they say you have to know your customer, right? But you also have to know your team, an integral part of success. Now, I also want to talk to you. Like, would you like to add to that point? And also, like, what have you learned during your time with Chipotle, and what advice do you have?
So Chipotle is definitely a people company, and they invest a lot in their people, which is in turn investing in their future. The greatest thing about Chipotle is that they invest in their people and their growth, which helps the company, but it also helps us as leaders. My life has been completely changed by Chipotle. I was pretty much homeless before I started, and within 3-4 years, I was able to buy a house. I was able to have a sustainable life. The things that Chipotle can provide are absolutely amazing.
I just got chills hearing about your story because it's all about the story behind the people, right? And how you got to where you are. And I was speaking to some of your team members, and they say how they really invest in their community, invest in their people to help promote within the company. That's something they strive for. I mean, Stephanie, have you seen that firsthand being with Chipotle for 13 years?
Oh, yes, for sure. I mean, before I got promoted to field leader, I was a CTM at Corona Del Mar. It's very close to the headquarters, but that city is very small. But they're very united. Every year they do a Christmas walk, and we're part of it. Chipotle is part of it as well, so it's pretty cool.
Amazing. And we have about 60 seconds left. So, Christina, tell me about what has been one of your most memorable moments working with Chipotle.
So there's a lot.
That's a loaded question, right?
That's a loaded question for sure. I think the day that I made CTM was just such an exceptional day for me. It was a lot of hard work. I had a lot of room to grow, and my leaders helped me. They guided me through it, and I made it. That was a really, really great day. But doing the commercials, that's an entire different experience. Yes. I get very stage fright. I have a stutter, and being able to overcome those things, and growth is being in uncomfortable situations. And Chipotle, my leaders, pushed me to get out of my comfort zone, and I've been able to do amazing things because of it.
If you're comfortable, you don't grow.
Exactly. You have to be uncomfortable to grow.
Very, very important key takeaways. Thank you so much, Stephanie, Christina. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
We have so much more to get to, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Together, we built something truly beautiful in the true iconic notion of what America is all about.
This is our task, this is our mission. We have a clear focus, and we have the ability to be agile and innovate.
It takes years of dedication to get us to this milestone. It is all because of you.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. It is the only thing that ever has.
To be a woman leader, it's not so easy, but it's easy if the passion and the love is coming from your heart.
The New York Stock Exchange is the symbol of what America is all about. Potential of capitalism, the potential of an American dream.
The only way you can move a society forward is a true expression of freedom.
Right now, we're seeing the team make their way on the stage to get ready to close out the U.S. equity markets. But right now, I am joined with Lynn Martin. She is the president of the New York Stock Exchange. Good afternoon, Lynn.
Hi. What a day, right?
Let's talk about having Chipotle as a listed company at the NYSE. Let's talk about the significance behind that.
Yeah. Well, first, who doesn't love a good burrito bowl? Who doesn't love a good guac? I don't know what Chipotle puts in their guacamole, but it is the best on the market. Yes. I'm gonna make that claim. But also, your commitment to sustainability. And when I think about companies, one of the most important part of a company is the investment in the human capital. And it's clear from everyone in the room, it's clear from the stories we just heard, how seriously a company like Chipotle takes that mission.
It's amazing. It truly is. And you're here in Las Vegas. I think that you're tackling so many things. Talk about what you're doing here on the ground.
Yeah, there's a variety of conferences taking place in Las Vegas. We are running one ourselves at the moment, focused on the digitization of the mortgage business. But we love bringing the bell on the road. As you said, Trinity, 37,000 bells since we started ringing a bell. Less than 200 have been remote bells. So it is something that we take very seriously. It's a special moment for us to make that investment, to bring the bell on the road. And we do it because we want to celebrate the people that make these companies so successful, not just the leadership team, although Brian and his team have done a phenomenal job, but it's all the people on the ground as well that have really contributed to the company's success.
It's all about the community.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I want to talk more about the whole IPO landscape, right? And the trajectory that we've noticed. We've hosted some of the hottest IPOs this year, including Amer Sports, Alto Neurosciences at the NYSE. What trends are you noticing right now? What can we expect for the rest of the year?
Yeah, the market is definitely starting to open up. We're really excited. We're working with a variety of pipeline companies to get out there, to get on the road, and to join this iconic community of innovators, entrepreneurs, people who think about things differently, just like Chipotle is.
Amazing. And in addition to being the president of the New York Stock Exchange, you're also the chair of ICE's Fixed Income and Data Services. Let's talk about that role, what it entails, and exactly what you're focusing on for this year.
Yeah, one of the things we do at our holding company, Intercontinental Exchange, is we focus on digitizing output. I know that Chipotle has been really on a digital journey themselves as well, and understanding consumer behavior, understanding the various inputs to make markets transparent, something we're incredibly focused on at the moment.
Great, amazing. Well, thank you so much, Lynn, for joining me.
Thank you, and thank you to Chipotle. Thank you all for being here. This is awesome.
Thank you so much. I'll catch up with you in a bit. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
What does open kitchen mean to you?
I mean, it's right there. It's for our guests to see. It's the most transparent way that you can prepare food.
What you see is what you get?
The food speaks for itself. You can see this is great salsa.
It's beautiful.
Chipotle's Chicken Al Pastor is back, and it's fire on every level. Fresh chicken, hot off the grill, mixed with morita peppers, a splash of pineapple, and fresh lime. It's where fire meets flavor. Chipotle's Chicken Al Pastor. The wait is over.
What do you hear from people about the chicken?
They want more of it.
I want more!
You hear that fresh chicken to the line?
I am joined now with Scott Boatwright. He is the COO for Chipotle. I mean, good afternoon, Scott. What a great day.
It's an extraordinary day, and so happy to be here with so many of our great managers from all across the country, as well as Western Europe. Welcome, everyone.
It's an exciting day. I'm so glad that I could, anchor this show for you across the globe with all of our viewers tuning in right now. But I want to talk about inflation. It's obviously at the forefront of discussions on Wall Street and around the world, but Chipotle has successfully navigated through this landscape. How have you achieved that?
Yeah, inflation has impacted most consumer markets, and we've been pretty much insulated based on our value proposition as an organization today. You can still get a chicken burrito for around $9, and our competitors have taken a lot of price to offset inflation within their brands. We have a unique supply chain at Chipotle, and we feel like how we source ingredients, how we raise animals, and how we treat the environment really bodes well for our consumers, and they're willing to pay a fair price for a fair product.
And you know, coronavirus pandemic, let's talk about how it was pre-pandemic versus post-pandemic. You actually thrived during this point, right? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was really because of the great people in this room. We're able to pivot from our in-restaurant experience to our digital experience. And we saw an increase in our digital channels, upwards of 80% of our total revenue. And because of this team's ability to really pivot in one of the worst pandemics, I think, that we've known in our lifetime, is nothing short of extraordinary, and I couldn't be more proud of this team for what they accomplished. Kept our brand alive, and we came out of COVID even stronger than we were before.
And you know, how would you say Chipotle has navigated through the current landscape, and what sets it apart from its competitors?
I think it's all grounded in what I call exceptional people delivering incredible food to our consumers. You know, we use wholesome, real ingredients, and I think consumers really understand our product offering. They understand our value proposition. The brand is stronger than ever, and it continues to accelerate.
And you know, we were talking about your competitors, right? So comparable restaurant sales have increased by nearly 8% over the past year. What's the most significant thing that Chipotle has done to really give that edge to its competition?
Yeah, so last year as an organization, we really leaned into people and food. And so we knew we needed to ensure we were hiring people that were purpose-driven, that really understood what we were trying to accomplish as an organization, lean into their personal development, hence the All-Manager Conference is one of those opportunities, and then continue to lean into what we call exceptional culinary at the brand, and then really drive this engine called throughput that has really put an accelerator, a top spin on our success.
And you know, I was speaking to some of your colleagues earlier today as we were getting ready for the show, and they were telling me how your team, they arrive at 6 o'clock in the morning to prep for when most of your stores open around 10 o'clock in the morning, right? 4-hour preparation, right? This really speaks to the business model, why it's been so successful.
I completely agree. You know, what we bring to life every day in a Chipotle restaurant is more, it looks like a farmer's market when you walk in the door. Yeah. And I often tell people running a Chipotle restaurant is like running a mom and pop at scale. Because we're bringing this experience to life with pots, pans, knives, cutting boards on stovetops. And so we're really proud of our heritage. We're proud of what we do. I think it's the moat that we have built around this business, around exceptional culinary, that has created the great brand that we serve.
And speaking of exceptional culinary and a great brand that you serve, let's talk about new products on the menu. I heard that something came out. Why don't you tell me about it?
Yeah, we just launched Chicken Al Pastor. We're super excited about the product. We launched it for the first time last year. So this is the second iteration. It's going extremely well. Yeah. We'll continue to launch probably 2 LTOs annually to give our consumers something a little different or a variety on the menu. But Chicken Al Pastor is doing really well, and we're super excited to have the product back.
I'm super excited to try it because I grew up on Chipotle. I still eat it at work. Well, anyway, thank you so much, Scott. I will catch up with you a little bit later.
Thank you, Trinity. Thanks for having us. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, Trinity. How you doing?
So I am joined now with Mr. Brian Nicole. He's the CEO of Chipotle, for those who may not know. But I mean, you don't even need an introduction, honestly. So you're going to close out the U.S. equity markets. Are you excited?
I'm really excited. I mean, look how good these people look up here. Yeah. So, you know, and we got all these folks out in the crowd.
I love this. I mean, and we're filling up quick. So, I mean, what would you say that you're looking forward to most come 2024? I mean, this is really, you've had extreme success. Obviously, a hugely committed team to get to where you are today. What's next?
You know, look, I think what's next is more growth. You know, so you see everybody in this room, they actually take the time to invest in those around them. And, you know, one thing that's pretty amazing is last year we promoted something like 24,000 people. Our folks care about each other, they care about our purpose, and they care about the food. And with that results in, I think, great results in, you know, the growth that we've experienced and we continue to count on coming forward.
I mean, this is extraordinary growth. Let's look at the numbers. So digital sales contributed to 37% of overall sales in 2023. So, I mean, how would you say that Chipotle is really bolstering its digital presence even more so in 2024?
Yeah, look, you know, one of the things that's really amazing is we took out the last fax machine in our Chipotles. That's right. Many people probably don't even know how to do a fax.
You should send it over to our archivist. I'm sure we could find it.
Maybe we will. We should probably be banging the fax machine. But we took the last fax machine out at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, and we had a pretty, you know, new digital business, about $100 million business. Now, we finished last year with a $4 billion digital business. Which is really remarkable. We've got a rewards program with close to 40 million people that participate in it. And then frankly, we manage 2 really powerful businesses within our restaurants with one really great culinary-driven kitchen. And so when you think about the fact that we're a $10 billion company, $4 billion digitally, $6 billion in the restaurant, I don't believe there are many places that do what our people do every day in our restaurants, right?
No, and you know, I have to say, just by talking to your colleagues and teammates here, everyone is truly passionate about what they do and truly enjoy that they love the work that they do. And that, I mean, you lighting up, you light up just even thinking about it.
Yeah, look, it's a gift, I think, frankly, that we all get to work together on this brand called Chipotle. It's what I believe is an iconic brand in the United States, and we're on our way to make this an iconic brand around the world. So, you know, and the only reason why that's going to happen is because all the folks standing up here, these are, by the way, all the people in the black shirts are nominees for our Adobo Awards, all right? So these are all... Yeah. So you talked about those results with Scott of 8% comp, so on and so forth. We opened, 200 plus restaurants. It's because of these leaders and everybody actually in this room doing their part to make our company really special. And, we're fortunate that we have a purpose that I think goes well beyond just the food.
And we have a little bit more time left, so I do want to ask you, your overall goal is to achieve 7,000 Chipotles worldwide, right? I mean, what are your plans to accelerate that growth?
Yeah, look, so actually that 7,000 number is just North America. So that's just Canada and the US. We're getting started on what we can do outside the US. We've got a partnership in the Middle East. We've got a couple restaurants in London, Paris, and Frankfurt. And I'll tell you what, those teams are starting to catch their stride as well. So in Canada, Anat, who leads that business for us, she just opened our first restaurant in Calgary. We'll get ready to open our first restaurant in Edmonton, which is really exciting. But I can't walk by the restaurants we're opening in the United States. We're setting records opening these new units, and they're opening really big and really powerful. And I couldn't do it without all these people in here. We wouldn't be able to open.
Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to let you have a bell to ring. Actually, I'm going to bring in Lynn Martin right now, and she's going to take you up and...
Sorry.
Oh, no,
we're good.
No, I think that we're good. This is your show.
Okay,
this
great.
is all about you. No, so Lynn is actually going to, tell you everything and what's the play-by-play and what we can expect.
But the market is up 320 or so points since we've been broadcasting. The market's gone up 100. Since we've been broadcasting, the market's been up over 100 points. Y'all might be our good luck charms. So I'm gonna take this as a positive sign about how the rest of this week's gonna go for you.
I would agree. Eat more burritos.
Exactly, eat more burritos. So we're gonna head up to ring the bell, or in this case, hit the gong to close the U.S. equity markets. First, before we do that, Brian, I'm gonna present you with something. Every day, our bell ringer receives a medallion from us. And our gong hitters also receive that too. It's my honor to present this to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Think of it as a good luck charm for your AMC.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
And all right, are you ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, they're going to head up to the stage right now, closing out the U.S. equity markets. Millions of people from all around the world tune in to see who is ringing the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange and the closing bell. So again, all eyes are going to be on Chipotle here on the ground in Las Vegas at the MGM, celebrating AMC, and all of you who are a part of this pivotal moment, who are watching near and far, all of Chipotle's team members and all of the people that are here. Again, over 4,000 people are here across Chipotle's platforms, and just to be able to capture this moment, give you the play-by-play of everything here unfolding on the ground for this significant milestone and all the success that Chipotle has achieved. To be a part of it, the NYC community, just everybody who is here. It's, again, such a significant day. They're getting situated right now. I will step out of the way so we can get closer shots of everybody. And let's take a look at this crowd. I mean, wow, it really filled up. Look at that. We are about 30 seconds out right now from officially closing out the U.S. equity markets. I think that's about right, about 15 seconds. And again, about 1,000 people are filling this room. I wish everybody could just see all of the nooks and crannies right now. Everybody just getting ready to close out the markets. And to all of you who are watching near and far, thank you so much for tuning in. I think we're about 10 seconds out. Stephen, do we have a time? Yeah, about 10 seconds out. So again, I'm Trinity Chavez from NYSC TV Live. Thank you for tuning in. I'm signing off.
brands speak for themselves. The strongest brands stand the test of time. We are so excited to welcome you to our community. Today is all about you.
We've never lost sight of what we're trying to do and deliver that mission.
Going through this experience with my partners and my families has been unbelievable.
We imagined something that didn't exist yet, and we believed that we could do it.
You're going to look back on this accomplishment as one of the finest you've ever done.
I want you to know that the best is yet to come.
Just a few minutes, we'll go downstairs to the legendary New York Stock Exchange trading floor to ring the opening bell. The history here, the tradition, it's just incredible for us to be at this moment.